YouTube? Sandy Frank here. Today doing another one of these hobby talk videos on a walk. So kind of like thoughts on a walk, but it's like hobby talk related. And today I'm thinking about, and this week I've been thinking a lot about the 2025 Major League Baseball season. And I just wanted to share just meandering thoughts I've got on how some of the players are doing. You know, I'm trying to do a perspective in regards to baseball cards, you know, and the hobby. So, and I always, when I do these, I'm realizing it's not as easy as it seems to get good deep breaths and talk while you're walking, doing walks. But anyway, so first player I want to talk about is Wyatt Langford. So I'm going to put players in categories of red hot, doing good, and struggling, and probably another category of really struggling. So my thoughts on Wyatt Langford is that he's doing really good. So he's definitely stepped up to the next level this year. And I know a lot of people have concerns of players coming from college that they're too old to become superstars. That's hogwash. He's showing that he's probably the best hitter, most consistent hitter on the Rangers, and he's definitely stepping it up in his power this year. I'm watching the game from last night, and he just clubbed a like 430 some foot home run. Just crushed it. So great player. I think his cards are probably a little bit undervalued going into this year because he wasn't like one of the big rookies last year. So I think the time is probably running out and ticking on picking up nice Wyatt Langford cards for your collection. I did get a autograph card. Pick one up. It was just like a triple threads, but still, I didn't have any Wyatt Langford autos in my collection. Alright, so other Rangers like Kumar Rocker, not that good. I had to give that assessment of him. He's had a couple decent games and a couple really bad games. And you know, I don't know. He seems like he throws some hittable pitches, and he could probably use a little more seasoning in the minors. I think who else on the Rangers? Corey Seager. He's been okay. He's been not as electric as years past, but I think he'll be fine once the season gets going. It seems like Corey Seager has a lot of this. He's kind of like a robot, you know. If he has anything that's not 100% with him, then he doesn't really like to go out there unless he's 100%. Which, you know, it helps you. You know, when he's out there, at least you know he's feeling good. But you know, you kind of wish he'd go out there on days he's feeling like 75% or 80%. But that's just me. But he's been fine. Nothing spectacular though. All right, let's look at some of the bigger non-Rangers teams. We got Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has been absolutely spectacular. He's proving that he's, I think he's a lock almost as a future Hall of Famer, just with what he's done in his career so far. And you expect he's still going to have a few good years left. He's chasing 400 this year and chasing Triple Crown, I think. I mean, he's, even without Soto in that lineup, he has been crushing it. And his average is even way higher than normal. So Judge having an epic year, and usually Judge gets on these just binges where he just goes nuts. And I think he's had one like homer binge, but he's very capable of going on like a 10 home runs and 15-day type runs here. Just so great. I like what I've seen from Ben Rice. I think he was kind of like Came onto the scene last year, looked good, but a lot of people were kind of like hesitant to go big on him. But he's been great. Definitely showing last year was not a fluke. He's more consistent this year, I think, and really good addition to the Yankees there. Volpe has been, I would put him in the little bit disappointing, but he's had good moments. I'd like to see Volpe's average a lot higher than it is. DJ Jazzy Chizzy, he's been very erratic. He definitely needs to pick up his batting average, but his power is there. I've been impressed with his power numbers, but his batting average is pretty rough. Paul Goldschmidt is doing amazing stuff there. You got to think Paul Goldschmidt's probably a future Hall of Famer, especially if he has a big year this year with the Yankees. All right, since we're talking New York, let's talk Mets. So Juan Soto, big free agent signing to the Mets, and man, he's off to a slow start, and that's a little concerning because when he played for San Diego, he kind of got these really slow starts out there. And if you know anything about slow starts in terms of the hobby, it can really hurt your card's values, because people see all year your batting average is not where it needs to be, and then even if he makes up all those numbers and has a really good year, people tend to look at the slow starts more than the hot finishes. So hopefully Juan gets it going. I've definitely got quite a few Juan Soto cards. I'd like to see him step it up. And hey, if he has a big postseason run, I think people forget the slow start. Pete Alonso's been awesome. Having one of his best years, if not his best season. I mean, still early. Lindor's been really good. That's a really good triplet situation there in New York. Mark Vientos was really good last year. He's kind of having a slow start. And I have a couple nice Vientos cards. I'd like to see him do better. So speaking of slow starts, wow. Julio Rodriguez with Seattle. Man, this is not just a one-year fluke. This is like 3 years in a row now that Julio has gotten off to really slow starts. And this year, very slow start. I don't quite get it. Oh, we have lots of birds joining the YouTube channel today. Got a robin there. Yeah, his slow starts, they're very concerning as far as, like me. I think he's a great player, but these slow starts are very rough on his cards. And if the guy could just get that fixed, I mean, you look at his season-ending numbers; they're always really pretty solid. But it's because he has to make up a lot of ground from these slow starts. But Seattle seems like they're going to be a good team, but man, they've got offensive issues, just like last year. Incredible pitching, rough offense, and I don't know how, if they can make it to the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous with that pitching. And maybe by that time Julio will be swinging it. Cal Raleigh been awesome. I believe he's leading the American League in home runs. Yeah, I have a nice rookie card of his, but I've never really bought much Cal Raleigh stuff. Excuse me. But he's great. All right, moving on to, let's see, who will we talk about next? We'll talk about the Orioles. Man, what is going on with that team? So much talent offensively, and they are struggling. I mean, Gunnar, he was hurt, but he's been back. He's just not doing it. He has been in a big funk to the start of this season. Adley Rutschman, as great as he is off to a really slow start. You don't ever hear about Cowser. Westberg's been okay. That pitching staff has not really wowed anybody. Really disappointing team. It's probably the most disappointing team in the big leagues this year, in my recollection. Jackson Holiday, he was good there for a little bit, and he's cooled back down. But yeah, you would think that team would just wipe out the AL East, but they just haven't been quite there. So another AL East team I want to talk about quickly, the Blue Jays. Blue Jays could be scary because Bo Bichette's definitely doing better this year. Vlad Jr. is Vlad Jr. They're winning games even with those two guys not really carrying them. They've been okay, but I suspect those two could get really hot and the Blue Jays go on a big run. And especially be good for Bichette, because he has not had any like great seasons here lately. Been kind of down in the dumps in the hobby. Talk about down in the dumps in the hobby. How about Luis Robert? Oof, man, he needs to get out of Chicago. But you know, who would take him? I mean, his batting average is so bad, and that's got to be a dreary situation to be a White Sox fan. Ouch. I do, before I run out of time, want to shift over to the NL West. Wow, what a division. The D-backs look really good. Corbin Carroll lighting it up, looking awesome. Remember last year he had the really rough start, but at the season's end his numbers weren't terrible, but it's good to see him off to a hot start. That team is very scary. They've got some really good pitching too. You got the Giants, who are the Giants. They always seem to get it done. They're right in the thick of things. Jung-Hoo Lee, I don't think he played last year, but man, he is lighting it up this year. I think I have a couple nice rookie cards of his too from last year, which really adds a little more value to 2024 with all the Jung-Hoo Lee rookie cards in it. Let's talk about, you know, the Rockies are terrible. You got the Dodgers, of course, super team. Ohtani has not been quite Ohtani this year, but I think he'll be fine. Just kind of like not prime Ohtani. I mean, he's still batting decent average and getting home runs, but he hasn't been quite as electric. But that whole team is a super team. Yoshinobu Yamamoto having an incredible second year. What a great pickup that was for the Dodgers to get him last year. He was hurt most last year, but we saw in the World Series what he can do, and he's continued that this year. Oh yeah, and Padres. Fernando Tatis, man, having an epic year. He's been really good, and I've been picking up some Machado stuff, because I think he's a potential future Hall of Famer. Before I stop this, I want to talk about the big player from last year, Paul Skeens. A little concerning. He's not been quite as good this year, and of course, so much hype of him last year, and his card prices are no doubt going to start dropping because he hasn't been the same electric pitcher. But I think he'll get hot. Remember, he didn't start the year in the majors last year, so this is like, we haven't seen early season Skeens. We've just seen like mid to late season Skeens. But it could be a good time to pick up some Skeens stuff if that starts dropping. And just lastly, I know Fanatics, Mr. Fanatics has been raising prices on a lot of stuff, especially on stuff like Sapphire and stuff like that. I feel like they're sending me a message, like, Sandy Frank, would you like to have Sapphire stuff, like Topps Chrome Sapphire update or something like that? I'm like, yeah, I want Topps Chrome update Sapphire. But the message I'm getting from them is simply, keep out. All right, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy these talks on walks, hobby talk episodes. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Have fun out there and get exercise, guys. It's good for you. Later.